Right, we are ready to go. Let's go and see the new motor. Right, so my mic isn't wanting to connect, so apologies for the audio, but this is, the donor car for the van and the heart that is going in it. Now, she is a bit rough around the edges, I do realise that, but these things at this price don't come up often. So I'll be honest with you, it cost me 1100 quid. If you're looking for an engine, it's going to set you back £1,000. If you're looking for a box, that's 500 quid. So in my eyes, this is the perfect purchase. Bucket seats, 200 quid. Rear cage is going in the van. Wheels, once they come off the van, 400 quid. Coilovers, 100 quid. Top mounts, 100 quid. Exhaust manifold, exhaust, boot, doors, wings, mirrors, rear tail lights, spoiler, aerial, cuts off the car, carpet, headliner, steering wheel, dashboard, wiring for the dash, the list goes on. So I'll be able to make money back and hopefully, fingers crossed, get the engine, or get it to a point where the engine sets me at nothing, and that's a serious win in my eyes. So you might be thinking to yourself, why this car? These cars, specifically the Phase 1 172s, share quite a lot in common with the 5s. The subframe positioning isn't far off, as well as the mounting points are pretty close. Close enough where you can get some modified brackets off other people online and you can just drop them straight in. But another thing is the throttle cable and speedo cable. The Phase 1 182s started to run a fly-by-wire throttle and a wired speedo. On the old Reynolds, obviously they run cable, so it suits this perfectly. This build will ultimately be getting tuned by Chris at EFI. He is the god when it comes to NA Reynolds engines, and especially these ones as well. The 5 was alright on its previous engine setup, and then I dropped the new one in and took it down to Chris, and wow, what a difference it made. On that standard engine, the limiter was set at 6.5. He managed to get it to just over 7.5, and now it screams. I'll insert a clip here for you. He's the god when it comes to these things, so he's the only man that I'll be taking it to. Luckily, he's not far away, so we can get that booked in once the swap is done. So the goal with buying this car is to put the lump in the van. So if you're new to the channel, the van is a 1995 Renault Extra, never been registered on UK roads. It was owned by the US Embassy, so it was registered with them, so effectively I am the first owner. It's not been plain sailing. I've had a lot of issues with rust, having to pull wiring out, having to replacements, different subframes, different hubs, different suspension setups, the list goes on, but this is where it's at now. The bay is painted, the underside of the van is rust free and painted. Inside, the door cards are stripped, full track spec. The inside is painted. And in the last video, we started to pull wiring through. Now, a few of you guessed this already because I have previously done this swap in my 5. I'll throw a link up here so you can go and check that out. I've done the engine swap twice because I thought the first engine was a dud and it wasn't, so I had to swap it a second time. I had a Tesla manifold, 197 cams, Quaife LSD, PMS shifter setup. Yeah, it was the beans, and I've still got that to this day, and it's one of my favourite setups. Now, with that being said, I've still got a few bits to come in before I can do the engine swap, engine mounts, certain stuff like that, because this is ultimately a smaller bay. I am going to be getting the box rebuilt because these Clio boxes are known for being chocolate. Whilst I'm getting it built, I'm going to be putting an LSD in there. I'm going to be running either ITBs or a Tesla inlet manifold with 197 cams, 197 injectors. I want this engine to be running about 200 brake, because then ultimately with the van being 850 kg, you get that 225 250 power to weight ratio, which is perfect for these French hatches. They're nice and light, so not much power needs to go in them to make them fast. The reason I am going to have to be doing ITBs or the Tesla inlet manifold is because this standard inlet manifold sits way too high. It already clashes with the 5 bonnet, so I know it's definitely going to clash with this. I got around it on the last build by putting a bonnet bulge in, but I'm not going down that same route on this one. You can drop the subframe by 10mm for it to clear, maybe an option, but we'll have to see with what's coming. Now, this would not be possible without my partners that have jumped on board, so I just want to give a big shout out to them, because what is to come, yeah, is massive, and hopefully we can be working together for a very long time. This is a short and sweet one, but I had to introduce the new motor. This is now my 3rd Clio. Everyone goes mad because the Phase 1 172s and they're getting hard to find. I crush them because all I want is the engine out of them. A bit of bonus news, the cage that came in the Clio actually fits theoretically. I've not yet tried it because I need to get the van on all fours and wheel it out, but ultimately it's looking like it's going to fit. A snug one, but it's looking like it's going to fit, so that saves me having to pay someone to get that done. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. If you've got any bucket seat recommendations, please link them down below. I'm looking for that, you know, classic motorsport look. I've been told Recaro pole positions, but don't forget I've got to pay for a respray. I've got to pay for wheels, I've got to pay for an exhaust manifold. You know, they're not cheap, so I can't be spending £2 on a set of seats when I've got wheels to buy, do you know what I mean? I want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the driving content as well as the van content. Like I said, this is what I want to do as a job, so any like, comment, subscribe, really appreciate that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.